When I think about this is huge because it's the first domino to fall. You might be thinking, Acho, you're just talking about Derek Carr. No. Where Derek Carr goes, it has some sort of impact on where Aaron Rodgers goes or does not go. So this is very, very big news. I think Carr is a good fit for the Saints.
Yeah.
The reason I think he's a good fit for the Saints, that division's wide open. Shady played in that division. Shady won a Super Bowl in that division. He knows that division well. Let me remind y'all of that division. The current quarterbacks in that division, you have Matt Corral for the Carolina Panthers. You have Desmond Ridder of the Atlanta Falcons. You have Kyle Trask of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Or you will have a rookie that one of those teams or all of those teams will draft. You have Derek Carr, MVP vote Derek Carr. He's gotten one previously. 3-time Pro Bowl Derek Carr. He's been there before. You either have Derek Carr or you have Matt Corral, Ridder, Kyle Trask, or rookie. Give me the team that has Derek Carr. The team that has Derek Carr in that division instantaneously has an advantage. And the second reason it's a great fit for the Saints don't play that draft young quarterback game. They don't play that game that everybody else gets fascinated by. The last time the Saints drafted a first-round quarterback, the last name was Manning, Archie Manning, 1971.
Archie Manning?
Yes, sir. It's the last time. So the Saints aren't into that, let me see what that new quarterback going to do for me. They like their quarterbacks old and seasoned, and that's what Derek Carr is. Now, Derek Carr is good. I don't know that he's going to be great, but he's good. I think it's good for the Saints. Shady, where you at?
I love it for the Saints. And you say it's not going to be good or great. You don't have to be great. They have a number 5 defense last year, right? Them guys over there on defense, they win games. I think sometimes we get confused with, we have to have a great quarterback to win games. Tom Brady's a great quarterback. When Tampa Bay got that ring for me, appreciate it. But there were some games that the defense kind of won. Yeah. And you need that. And the Saints have that. I think with some of his, Alvin Kamara, some of his weapons out there, Michael Thomas, hopefully he gets back to that elite level. And then Chris Olave. Chris Olave is a hell of a rookie. So you have some pieces there. And I feel like the best thing with Derek Carr is he's a seasoned franchise quarterback. He knows how to win. He's been with a dysfunctional place with the Raiders. So many different coaches, so many different coordinators, and then not having a good defense where you have to go out there and win games, right? If you don't play good, they lose. Or with the Saints, right, in a weaker division, that division's bad. I mean, obviously, you see that last year. But then you have a defense where they can go out there and win games. So I love the move for the Saints. It was a plus.
I love it. I don't know what's not to love. Derek Carr is clearly a leader. He's clearly a veteran, a guy who's been through a lot of controversy. He can now go to a place that doesn't have a lot of controversy, that has a good defense. People forget that defense in Vegas was bad last year.
Bad.
And if you are the quarterback, you got to overcome a really bad defense. Not a middle defense, not just an okay defense, one of the worst in the league. You have to pick up the slack for that when you are on the offense and you're the quarterback, which means there's more pressure on the offense, which means they're pushing, which means more mistakes, which I think played a role in his bad season last year. I don't think Derek Carr is bad. I think he's not great. I think he's good enough. And particularly for this division, as we all just went down, I mean, you got Desmond Ridder, Kyle Trask, Matt Corral, or a rookie. They got the defense already. It's a steady organization, and we probably should have seen this coming because Dennis Allen drafted Derek Carr. Yeah. He was there for 4 games and then got fired because Derek Carr went through 6 coaches when he was in Las Vegas.
Good point.
But they have a relationship. So that's clearly something that's important to Derek Carr as well, is relationships. He has weapons, as you mentioned, and the Saints are an organization that is well-run. They draft well. They have a good defense. They've got a great fan base. Everyone's going to embrace him there. It's not going to be this wishy-washy type of situation, great ownership. So I think it's a good situation. How far they will go in the postseason, that's going to depend on Derek Carr and his play. Yeah. That's what's really going to come down to. They're clearly the best team in the division right now.
Yep.
So that's what it's going to come down to.
I appreciate the way you guys have framed it. Because when you say great, and when you put the word great and Derek Carr in the same sentence, that's when I start to get nervous.
Fair.
Okay? Because, look, was Andy Dalton a great fit? I mean, he was a fit, right? And I don't see a whole lot of difference between Andy Dalton and Derek Carr. What I will say is Derek Carr is a great bargain. Because while the contract may look at 4 years, $150 million, this is essentially a 2-year deal for $35 million, not $30 million guaranteed the first 2 years. So even the Saints aren't saying we're all in on Derek Carr. This is basically getting us through this period where we can have the best quarterback in the division, but not pay a whole lot. And his salary only counts $1.5 million against the cap this first year. So that gives them plenty of money to spend on everything else, which is what I think you have to do when you have Derek Carr. So I can't, he's the answer. He's the next great quarterback for the Saints. I'm certainly not going to go there. But does it work, and does it make the Saints arguably the best team in the division? Yeah, I'm willing to go there.
Here's my only thought, Joy Shady, is this. I love that quote, don't miss the boat waiting on the yacht. That's what the Saints have done. Like, they haven't missed the boat trying to wait on the yacht. They haven't missed a good quarterback trying to wait on the great quarterback. Right. But in the same breath, good is the enemy of great. I do think they will be good with Derek Carr. I think they will win the division. But I can't even speak to say they're going to win a Super Bowl in Derek Carr's tenure there. Because nothing about Derek Carr says he is Super Bowl capable. I understand all the bad defenses and all that. But so I love Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr is a great man. I think Derek Carr is a great leader. I think Derek Carr is a good quarterback. But I'm only wondering, Joy, are they allowing good to be the enemy of great? Should they have tried to finesse to trade up, get a young QB? Should they have tried to finesse to trade out and maybe stack up first-round picks for the next year? Do they try to just rebuild? Like, do you think they might be fooling themselves by just, like you always say, what y'all competing for?
Yeah, but there's a lot of teams that we play pretend like they're Super Bowl contenders, and they're doing the same thing. What's the difference? What the Packers doing? They had the same season last year, Derek Carr and Aaron Rodgers, and we're at home at the exact same time. They have bigger resumes in Green Bay, but there's something to staying competitive as well. Look, once you get into the dance, you never know what can happen. Plenty of teams get in there and make a lot of ruckus in the postseason, nobody giving them any kind of credit. Injuries happen. You lose a quarterback. You lose a critical offensive lineman. You don't know what's going to happen in the postseason. And this move puts them in a position to win the division, which is, Shady said, is the first thing that you focus on.
That's right.
You focus on winning the division. That's what they're doing. So I hear what you're saying. I don't like people like when teams aren't aggressive to their own detriment. But to me, this is an aggressive move. Go out and get the guy that everybody was talking to and sign him.
Shady, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know that Derek Carr has ever won his division. Does that concern you at all? You can hide behind, well, Patrick Mahomes was there. You can hide behind, well, Phillip Rivers was there. You can hide behind.
That matters, though. That does matter.
But does it matter to you that Derek Carr has never actually done the one thing that he has to do?
No, I'll never believe I've seen Matthew Stafford win his division, right? So I don't think that matters.
Bowl, yeah.
And I think that now, I think you take him with a better team. First of all, they run the ball well.
They do.
So if you run the ball well and you had a top 5 defense and you have a solid quarterback, why can't they compete for a championship? They don't got to look pretty. As long as they get there. They have the tools to win a championship. Either you could have a great offense, which we've seen the last couple of years, or you have a solid running game, a safe, solid quarterback. I won't even put him in a safe quarterback category. He's a solid quarterback. They'll turn the ball over and make some plays down the field. And then you have a good defense. They could compete for a championship. They could have the opportunity. How about that?
That is fair.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.